Hey guys, Cochise here. I got a little bit of a notebook because I tried doing this video 6 or 7 times. I'm just rambling. So, small update. Tomorrow is a big update. Tomorrow's a very big day for me. I'm going to go and talk to the UCLA doctors about what is to go on with my health. Over the past couple of months, I've had a lot of different issues. Some of them have come, some of them have left. Some of them have come on strongly and have left, but not to the degree of which I would like. I have issues with my eye, issues with sense of smell, sense of hearing, sensitivity in my tongue and the other right side of my face. So when I smile, it's not completely symmetrical. So the thing is this: I'm at a certain point with my health where I have enough time to do radiation again. Just a quick rundown, whatever the next radiation is, that's my last radiation, because the first time I took so much of it, I can do one more and then that's that. The situation I have is that this tumor is tracking my brainstem. When it touches my brainstem, if it touches my brainstem, that's that. So I need to know what is to be expected if I keep going the route that I keep going. So I've run down a couple of scenarios. One scenario is this: I do not do radiation. So it seems that my health is kind of doing this pendulum swing where, it gets bad and then it gets okay and then it gets worse and it keeps going like this. There are certain things that, like I just mentioned, with the sense of balance and smell and stuff like that kind of come in and out. Back in early December, I was having balancing issues, not to the extent where I was falling down, but to the point where my feet were crossing from under my legs. There's feelings of nausea, but I never threw up, which is a good thing, because in 2016, the fall to the winter, I was throwing up every day, and that was fucking off. You just wake up and just throw up. That was a really, really bad time. I've done a lot of different things when it comes to the supplements I take, and if you're going to go the holistic route, you need to understand you have to study this like a chemist, in terms of what works with what cancels each other out, what times to take these things, what doses to take. It gets quite complicated once you go over 2 or 3 different methodologies. So I'm hoping that I can just continue not taking radiation. However, I have to be honest with myself. I don't want to have a situation where, I can't swallow or my functionalities really go south. So there is the option, which I'll talk about, what happens if I take radiation. So I'd like to explain the worst case scenario first. Okay, so the worst case scenario is this. When you take radiation, you have a lot of different sensations going on because it messes with your nerves. A lot of you see people in wheelchairs and stuff like that. That can be 2 or 3 months post-radiation. I'm fine with that. I'm not so fine with my dwindling resources and who the hell is going to take care of me during that time. Because even when I do recover, just like last time in 2014, it's going to take like a good year and a half for me to get quasi-normal. And the state of being that I'm in is actually, I have tranquility. I wouldn't say that I'm in a good place, but I'm not upset about too much. You're always going to be a little upset about some things. Anything else is just a fucking cartoon. Get over that. The worst case scenario is that because of the amount of radiation I took the last time, there can be toxicity. And basically what that can do is expedite my lack of functions and also, kind of expedite my death. That's basically what it could do. And it can put me in a situation where I'm at good health right now. My energy levels are very high. I can still do a whole lot of things. It can take that all the way for 3 months guaranteed, and then not work and actually toxify myself. And then therefore my health just does this. So what it can kind of do is guarantee me a very poor end of life. That is the absolute worst thing that I want to face and experience. So I'm a little hesitant to just jump on this radiation table. Let me check out my notes real quick. You know, the thing is, when I talk about my exercise regimen and stuff like that, that actually gives me a whole lot of tranquility, in the sense that I'm able to do things I used to do. I can go do 30-minute warm up, hit the weights, and do 10 good hard rounds in the heavy bag, which is a lot. Me not being able to do that for months on end, it also, destroys my idea of not my idea, but it destroys my stress relief, because basically hitting the heavy bag is kind of what kind of keeps me calmed down, and I won't have that for a number of months if I jump on that radiation table. So how to relieve stress, I do not know. But let's say this. Let's say the radiation doesn't give you toxicity, right? It goes according to plan. I still got 2 or 3 months where I'm feeling these weird sensations. I don't know how quickly my body can recover. And because of the MRI and it takes time for radiation to work out, there's going to be 2 to 3 months that goes by where I do not know if I'm being toxified or not. So psychologically speaking, this can be a nightmare. I don't know, how I would see life at that moment, because I'm being in this weird purgatory of whether or not I'm getting better or getting worse. That doesn't all, and also you combine with the fact that yes, it will take a long time for my body to fully recover, to get back on my feet, and I have less resources than I did the last time. Who's going to take care of me? I don't fucking know. So there's no drug that can stop all these weird sensations that you feel, which are nerves during radiation. There's nothing that can be done. All this stuff be all in my mind, and they have to just stay there. Combined with the idea that you combine with the fact that I'm broke, and I also have stage 4 cancer. That's a lot of stress. I don't know if I'm going to face that. Okay, but I will. Then there is the fourth scenario, where, okay, let's say everything goes as well as it can go. That means 2 or 3 months, I don't know what's going on with me. It's going to be about a year and a half if I fully feel normal again. But what happens 2 or 3 years down the line? Because like I said earlier, I can't do a third bout of radiation. What happens when this tumor grows one more time? And I have no idea as to how to stop it or what my views on my mortality would be. So these things, they weigh very heavily on me. And I'm going to have to talk with the UCLA doctors about what's to be expected if I just go the non-radiation route. Because every December, January, my health dips. 2013, man, when I was in China, and I was in fucking buttfuck China. I wasn't like in Shanghai or anything like that. I was in Hunan province of China. Big ol' afro. I was about 220 at the time. I'm about 185 right now. Crying on my knees in public at some sort of shopping center from how bad this shit hurt. This shit made me cry how bad this is. Am I to face something like that again? Or perhaps maybe my functionality is just keep getting worse. It's kind of like global warming. It doesn't make everything hot or cold in one season. Over time, over years, things get just progressively worse. So I'm wondering what would happen to, for me, in terms of where I am psychologically, because I am in a situation where I always have to face my mortality, and I'm very comfortable with a lot of things right now. I'm not comfortable with everything. Don't get me fucking wrong here. There's some shit I like to fucking get off my chest with some certain people and certain things, but I'll have time to do that. The issue is, it's like blue balls of facing death. Like right now, if someone said, hey, I'm dead in 3 months, or I'm dead in 5, and I'm dead in like, a year and a half or something like that, I won't like it, because I do not want to die. I don't want to be in pain. I don't want to lose functionality. But at the same time, I accept it. Going on this radiation table, depleting my health, as I know that it will, with the chance that it may not work, or it may not give me the functionality. When I say functionalities, I'm talking about like sense of smell, getting all the taste back in the right side of my mouth and my eye. What's to say that those things guarantee that I get those things, maybe I get those functions back? That I don't know. It's kind of weird, because back in October, my eye was actually getting stronger. I could see out of it. Then around Christmas, my eye shut off. So these are the things I have to think about. The next day, on the 20th, what's today? Today is 23rd or something like that. On the 25th, I go to San Francisco to see some friends, and it's kind of poetic in the sense that they live 1 block away from where I used to grow up as a kid, and the house that I lived at, just 1 block away from my friend's house currently, off Fillmore and Turk. That's when like things got real bad with my parents. That's when, as a child, all my friends' parents, the friends of my parents, they were all like happy-go-lucky. They smoke weed in the house. There'd be some harder drugs, but nothing crazy. When I got to that area, after being separated them for 1 year, from between the ages of 5 and 6, when I came back, things were real bad during that time, man. It was not fun. People shooting up heroin and shit like that. People dying in the house. So it brings me back to a lot of different things when I go up there and visit them. And I think that's actually one of the better places for me to be, while process and decompress what's going on. So, like I said, man, when people wonder, how am I able to talk about these things so openly? How am I able to be as calm as I am? I know this. I have a set of experiences no one else will have. The world will not allow for it to happen. Whether it be hospitalizing would-be rapists with their bare hands when I was 8 years old, fighting childhood hunger, druggy parents, prostitute mom, my adventures out in Asia. Did I do some gigolo work? I don't know. That part of the game is to be sold and not to be told. So I have, a lot of unique experiences, and in the world where people are making up identities and genders just to feel different, I feel very satisfied. I'm going to talk a little bit more in a separate video about other elements of my life. But as of right now, I want to thank everyone for their support. I want to thank everyone for their prayers, and hopefully I'll be able to get out of this scot-free. Guys, take care.